Hello everyone, this is Jeremy and welcome to episode 6 of Cuboid Outpost. It's been a while since the last video, sorry again for like the 6th time, but let's dive right into things. End of last episode I set up this sieve to try to make netherite, then I promptly closed the game and forgot that I'm not running on a server, so it did like 2 minutes of work and all I have is gold and cobalt. That's the bad news. The good news is, turns out we don't actually have to sieve for all our netherite. We can make netherite 2-to-1 out of ancient debris in like an enrichment chamber or any of the other doubling mechanics, arc furnace. I think we can induction smelt it. We can crush it or something. Yeah, crush it and then enrich it for 3-to-1. And then we can take the ancient debris, craft it with obsidian to get, or take the netherite scrap, craft it with obsidian to get more ancient debris. So we can duplicate netherite this way. We don't actually have to sieve for all of it. Oh look, there's our first one. All we need is a supply of obsidian, which I don't have yet because my lava maker is both slow and still making endstone. But we'll tackle that later. Yeah, for now I want to continue towards our, I feel like it's been our goal for the last 3 episodes, of making more ME drives so that we can actually store more than however many items I have stored in here. So, to do so, we're going to need to get some mechanism machines. Let's get started. We get a configurator. That's basically a wrench. The first machine we make is a metallurgic infuser. It's pretty simple. Let's craft one. So this version of mechanism has all the nice new shiny toys, namely the fusion system, the antimatter system, and like the mecha suit, which is pretty cool armor. It's kind of like the Draconic Evolution armor, sort of. That's very late game, and in fact I have a feeling it's not even on this quest line. Yeah, it's like super late game in mechanism, but that's the cool stuff we get to look forward to. Now that we have a metallurgic infuser, we can make steel. So I guess for now we'll just put it right here. Getting power? Oh yeah, this is the power bar. We can make steel out of coal. Let's turn you back into individual pieces. And iron, surprisingly enough. So this is the inefficient way to make steel. In fact, let's calculate exactly what the ratios are. So this produces 10 millibuckets of carbon per coal, and it takes 10 millibuckets to turn it into enriched iron, and another, so 2 coal per 1 iron. So if I have a stack of coal, that makes half a stack of steel. I'm gonna let this run a little bit, because it's a 2-cycle process. First we turn the iron into enriched iron, then the enriched iron into steel. We'll need a lot of steel, so I imagine we'll need to come up with a more automated system of doing this later. Although, is there a... Oh, there is. Look at that. A steel singularity. I need a stack and a half of it. Okay, I guess if we're going to do that, let's just make another one of these. And then get a bit more coal, and then we'll just set it up to do it automatically. I just put you there, you here, and then we just have to configure all of the sidedness here. So input the top, hold this side. Let's see, I'll just put more than we need. Cool. Oh wait, this hopper is stealing from that hopper. That's fine. You take input the top, bonus input the side, output the bottom, eject. So, assuming I did this right. No, I did not. Why? Input, Windows input output. I want extra. There we go. Alright. So yeah, now it'll turn all of our iron into steel and dump it into this box, and then I just have to take it from there in a little bit. So I'm just gonna let that process for the next however long it takes to make 2.5 stacks of steel. Hopefully it won't be that long. Oh, it does want me to pick up the intermediates to complete the quest. Well, that's kind of annoying. Alright, don't auto output for a bit. In the meantime, let's improve our power situation a little bit. Right now, I just have what little bit is produced by the, I think there's like a solar panel left up here or something. Two, nope, there's 2 wind generators and a basic thing producing like 1 RF a tick or something. That's obviously not going to last us very long. So now that we're going to start spinning up a lot of these machines, this is 20 RF a tick, that's not too much. But we have access to, that'll do Singularity power generators. These are, for all practical intents and purposes, solar panels. Well, I guess they're more like windmills. They exist, they make power, cost absolutely nothing. The amount of power they make, that'll do tier, is dependent on, I believe, how high quality, like how rare the Singularity is. So, for example, glowstone makes 150 RF attack. Let's see what the highest is. Redstone is 175. Uranium is 250. So, do I have uranium singularities yet? I think not, but we should be able to make it, right? I recall we have at least a little bit of uranium from sifting. Question is, yeah, okay, I have a bunch of uranium here. And this is assuredly enough to make a uranium simulator. And as we've seen a couple dozen times already, once we have one singularity, it's very easy to make more. I believe I already have an extra smelter array set up. Pretty soon, we obsolete all of these with mechanism smelters. Like one mechanism smelting factory is as effective as, you know, all 8 of these furnaces. But there we go. We are now making uranium ingots. So once we have a couple more of these, I can make 8 uranium singularities, which will provide power for the foreseeable future. What was it, like 250 per? Is that the magic number? 250 per. So that's 2,000 RF a tick. That will very easily scale into the, I mean, you know, if we need more, we just add more because it's free. Anyways, here's our steel as well. And I just have to smelt them into ingot. I'm not going to set up a steel smelter quite yet, just because we're going to obsolete our smelter system very, very soon. So for now, I'll just come here and only makes 16. I got whatever. This effectively, right, has an infinite internal buffer, so I can just come back and be like, yay, give me more, and then smelt them just in time. So anyways, yeah, this produces our steel. With access to steel, we can now make steel casings, which is the main casing for all mechanism machines. Let's see. Let's just make a whole lot of these. Sad. Oh, it's full. A whole lot of these. All right. We no longer need these, but we can take it down. Thank you for your service. Oh boy, now my inventory is a mess. And that rewards us with a few more. The next machine I want to make is the Enrichment Chamber, although I guess there's some basic ones in here as well. But I guess before we do that, we have to make basic control circuits, which means, sorry, you have to keep working, actually. Is there a way? Yeah, this button. Right, yeah, that gets rid of that infuse. All right, so anyways, basic control circuits are osmium and redstone. Get some redstone. I believe it was 2-to-1 ratio. Can't wait until I have everything hooked up to a single applied energy stick system. I don't have to run all over the place to find stuff. Oh, it'll be glorious. Redstone. And osmium. Oh, come on. We have to find our osmium over here. Are you osmium? Are you osmium? Are you osmium? What about you? What about you? The last one is iron, I know that. Where's my osmium? Did I not make an osmium singularity? Excuse me, osmium. Yeah, it looks like I casted my osmium ingots, but never actually turned them into a singularity. Whoopsies. There we go. Alright, that leaves me 20 excess ingots, and I can just swap this. Before we make those basic control circuits, I actually want to make these little guys first. These are the, what are they called? We have some Infused Alloys. So that's, instead of osmium, you just use iron. Because once we have infused alloy, we can some of this and smasher, smash that into dust, and turn that into yield speed upgrade. Oh, it's super. Well, I've got a few. How many can I make? 8? I think that's as many as we can place in the machine. But 8 speed upgrades makes it a lot faster. Now that uses 2000 RF a tick, which is a lot, so we can reduce that a bit with energy upgrades, which is same recipe but with gold. And I guess I need a way to have gold dust, but I can just release some gold, yoink, smash that. So without energy upgrades, it was 2000. With I suspect it'll go down to like 200. Hey, exactly 200. Exact same speed, so it's just more efficient. All right. Now I think my osmium's also finished, at least mostly smelting. Get some of that, some more redstone, and enrich me a stack of this. So if I make 32, I get a few more for free. All right. The thing I want to make next are the factory upgrades. So this changes the machine from having 1 working slot to 3, and that's a huge upgrade. Called. Here we go. Put the wrong. Oh, I think I put the wrong item there because there was no room in the ME system to drop that off. There we go. Turn on auto sort. Bam. That effectively makes it 3 times as fast for 3 times the energy. All right. I guess I'm doing quests out of order. We'll make another one just to complete the quest then. Please. Okay. From there, it's time to make the Enrichment Chamber. Although, with the way resources work in this pack, the Enrichment Chamber is largely unnecessary. So its main purpose is to take stuff like, well, actually this, no, never mind, it's not useless. It can, like, grow certain seeds. But it is kind of an ore doubler. It's like a crusher in that sense. It takes chunks, turns them into 2 dusts. But it can also take diamonds, turn them into enriched diamonds, redstone into enriched redstone, obsidian into enriched obsidian. This just makes it more efficient in the metallurgic infuser. So a piece of redstone dust is something like 10 millibuckets of redstone, whereas enriched is 80. But with redstone being infinite for very low cost, that's a pretty meaningless optimization. All right, the rest of these machines, we'll make them later. Although you do want me to make all of them before I can... I mean, I don't need to make these before I can make cables, right? Don't lie to me like this. We're just going to make the cable anyways. So there's 2 main types of cables I want, and that is the universal cable. This is to transfer power. Sound. Do I have a friend outside? And up to this point, I've been... when I need power cables, I just scavenge the few that we started with and, use them. But now we can make improved power cables, or we can make more power cables. We can also upgrade them by crafting with infused alloy, or we can upgrade them by right-clicking infused alloy on the cable, which is kind of nice. And now we have advanced universal cables. All right, the other cable I care for is the mechanical... Oh, no. That's fluids. Never mind, not that one. What is the item cable called? Logistical sorter? Logistical transporter. There we go. Let's make a stack of these as well. And now I no longer have to use, hoppers as my only form of item transport. These much, much better than hoppers. All right, so anyways, moving on, let's make the next tier out. Well, actually, now that I have cables, let's set up an area that's perhaps a little bit less cramped than the inside of our little hut here. How do I run power out of it, though? We'll go off the roof. Now that we've got some working space just a little bit away from our hut, we can set up our machines the way I usually prefer to do it. And that is to have one metallurgic infuser per resource type, per like infused resource type. So we can configure these things to be push pull. So that one is to pull, that is to push, and then I think we can turn them off as well. Pull, push. All right, so what I'm going to do is configure each of these such that on the side here is where we put the infuse ingredients. So this would be like redstone goes here, diamonds go here, and then on the top here is where we put like the osmium or iron, and we just input that manually, and then we can run batches of these various alloys, because stuff like infused alloy does not have a singularity for it, so we're going to have to make it as opposed to just, you know, make 3 stacks of it and then have as much as we could ever dream of using. So I'm going to take a second, configure these 3 machines. One is for redstone, one for redstone, one for diamonds, and one will be for enriched obsidian, although enriched obsidian's a bit more complicated because for one, we don't make it just from obsidian, we make it from refined obsidian, and for 2, there's no obsidian singularity either. So I can't just use a singularity resource generator to supply myself with obsidian. The higher tier alloys after infused are just a multi-tier process. So first we infuse iron to make, well, I'll put upgrades of these in a bit, but to make infused alloy, and then we put the infused alloy through here with diamonds. Why are you not? Can you not accept basic diamonds? Hold on. Is this new? It used to be that diamonds could be used directly, but I guess that's no longer the case. All right, so I do need an enrichment chamber to turn them into enriched diamonds. To turn them in, wait, oh, it has to be diamond dust or enriched diamond. Well, since both of them require a machine, we may as well use a machine that's more efficient, right? In that case, I do need another one of these enriching factories, or enriching, we'll call it enrichment chambers. I think I crafted an extra already. That's what I get for assuming that mechanics haven't changed between versions of mods. So get you auto ejecting. So this will turn diamonds into enriched diamonds, which feeds this, which allows us to make enriched alloy. Is that what it's called? Tier 2 alloy. And bam, there we go, reinforced alloy. So how much of this do I need for them? 16. In the meantime, I'll go make those speed upgrades, I guess. Using reinforced alloy, we can then, well, for one, we can upgrade all of our cabling, but I want to make the next tier control circuit. These. Oh, that's not how we do it. Oh, I may have skipped it here. Hold on. We first take basic to advanced. Here we go. So how many advanced control circuits? Make 6. We get some free. 3, 4, 5, 6. Get 1 free. Good, excellent. RNG mechanics. But then likewise, we can take these and upgrade them with reinforced. Other way around. There we go. And make elite control circuits. And there's one tier above this that we'll get to later. I think I also roll the 1 again. But with these control circuits, we can now make advanced and elite tier factories, which will be 5 and 7 slot ones. There are 9 slot ones, we'll make them later. But first, let's just raid a bunch of the, that may have been more than I needed. I have 5 machines of each. Yeah, I'm gonna need a few more. A few more basic enriched alloys. But for all intents and purposes, that's just 1 piece of iron and a tiny bit of time. And time and iron are both resources that we have a fair bit of. Unless it's changed, you do have to apply the advanced tier before you go to elite. You can't just jump straight to elite. So I'm gonna upgrade all of these. And now they have 7 slots and they work ridiculously fast. In fact, they might actually be faster than if we're loading it 100% of the time. It might be faster than we can generate redstone. Maybe not. In any event, it hardly matters. So with that, I'd say we've completed like the very basics of Mechanism. This is just enough for us to go work on applied logistics next. Well, excuse me. Because we needed that to make Flux Crystals. So Flux Crystals, we need to charge Certus, which I guess we have to get this first. It's from sieving crushed sky stone. Is that the only way? Looks like it. Is there a sky stone? Hold on. I definitely have Certus crystals from when I was sieving other stuff before. That's floor, right? Or do I not have Certus? I swear I got it from sifting something. Ruh-roh. It looks to me like the only way to get Certus quartz crystals is actually to sieve crushed skystone. So I definitely haven't done that yet. And skystone's kind of annoying to make because we have to put skystone dust into lava, which means I have to make huge amounts of lava. Oh wait, no, I can just enrichment chamber skystone dust. Never mind. So enrichment chamber that, crush it. I was going to say the other way to get this is that we can get Certus dust from sieving dust. And I actually probably have this somewhere. Doesn't look like I have a certain world. So I'm like 80% sure one of these chests has it in there. Oh look, Osvia maybe it's... Ah, here it is. Certus dust. Alright, we'll just use this for now then. Man, imagine if I were organized. Oh wait, I see something here. Skystone dust. I'll take that too. In fact, I'll take all of this. If I had inventory space. You know, these can be used as shulker boxes. They do retain their inventory. So I guess if my inventory is full, we'll use shulker boxes. That'll do shulker boxes. Ta-da. Good. Alright, so anyways, we do need an enrichment chamber to upgrade or to turn that skystone into. Here, let's just set this up real. Logistical pipe. Yeah. Input chest. I just like tools that shift scrolling like configures them, because sometimes like I want to scroll to like switch between items on my hotbar, right? And I just happen to be shifting. Whatever. Small complaint. Whoopsies. Now I have it in the wrong mode. Configure items mode. I guess this is input, so it goes on top. I try to be consistent with this too, where it's like the main input goes on top, the secondary input goes on the side, but I'm not terribly good at being consistent. That's what's it, that's empty. Possible to know. Good guess. This enrichment chamber will get its upgrades as usual. We turn into its 7-slot variant as usual. Alright, so that'll turn our skystone into the blocks, which I can sieve later, and it will turn... In fact, I think I'd rather it work on this first. Not in line a little bit. Whatever, it'll turn Certus dust. Wait, I can do better than that. Hold on. That's the whole reason I have dust. Stop. Give me this back. I'm just all over the place today mentally. Alright, the Certus dust becomes one pure crystal, which is, you know, 1-to-1 ratio. That's fine. But if I craft any of this type of thing with sand, we can turn them into seeds, which doubles it. And then we can grow the seeds in an enrichment chamber. So we effectively get to turn a piece of sand into a piece of Certus dust. Kinda nifty, right? So go ahead and enrich this for me. And this is why I wanted to make the Enrichment Chamber before we really got into applied energistics. Technically, this step isn't required. Turning Certus Quartz seeds into pure Certus Quartz crystals can be done by just throwing it into water. But without these crystal growth accelerators, it takes 12 hours, 16 hours, 20 hours, double-digit number of in-game, like real-life hours for the process to run. So if you value your sanity, you use a machine. Then I can smash some of this sky stuff. Probably don't even need to do all of it. The Certus crystal here is great, but it is still not what we actually need, right? The quest calls for Flux crystal. So we can turn charged Certus into Flux, but I can't turn regular Certus into Flux. In order to turn regular Certus quartz into charged Certus quartz, I do need a charger. And make a charger, I do need 2 pieces of Flux first. So step 1 then is to get those first 2 pieces. I think be enough just to do this. And that, 2 stacks, good enough. The rates are actually pretty good out of these diamond or the emerald mesh here. There is an upgrade to the next tier mesh, the netherite mesh, but as far as I know, crushed skystone has the same rates in both of them, so that kind of doesn't matter. All right, so now that I have some charged crystals, first of all, I'm going to take just the basic seeds we got out of that and throw them all into the grower. Then take the charged crystals and combine them with, what is it, redstone. So I need, the only use for charged Certus, as far as I know, is well, actually, now there's no meteorites in the game. We don't care for those. So yeah, the main use, anyways, is to combine them with redstone and nether quartz, which I don't actually have any nether quartz. Can I use pure nether quartz? We're about to find out, I guess. Throw them into water. And I'm allowed to use pure nether quartz. I'm not. Alright, where do I get basic nether quartz? I guess we probably sift. Actually, hold on. I can turn pure nether quartz into a block. Can I turn the block back into individual pieces? Is there a machine that can do that? The Enrichment Chamber can. Alright. Now, I was going to say, actually, is there another quartz singularity? There is not, right? No, okay. We probably have to sift, I guess it's soul sand. Is there a soul sand singularity? Nope. We'll do it this way then. This way you don't actually, your yield of nether, like you can, this is just a way you can turn pure nether quartz back into regular quartz. You can do the same thing with pure Certus crystals. Turn them into the block, and then turn the block back into the crystals. Alright, second try. 11 of this, 11 of that, and 11 of that. Do your thing. There we go. That should make 22 Flux crystals. Now these crystals we can crush. I wonder what machine can crush them. A crusher. That makes a lot of sense. Let's make a crusher real quick. Into dusts. Because just about any recipe that uses the crystal can use the pure crystal interchangeably. So there's relatively little reason not to turn them into dust, because that just doubles your... I guess the reason is it's extra work. You know, is it easier to make twice as many crystals or twice as many dusts? And that kind of varies by pack. So anyways, that is a whole lot of pure Flux. Cool. So the last thing we need to do is make 2 sticky pistons. Now, what is the easiest way to make the slime for it? I guess that's what these list. Kill a slime, never seen one. Make dough with create and adding lime dye, no thank you. Creating, no thank you. Add 3 drops of maple sugar together. I dislike all of those ideas. I'm going to do my idea. Might hurt a little bit. But blood is an alternate, is a We can substitute blood for slime. Every 250 millibuckets of blood makes a slime ball. And would you look at that? Entities can be made into blood. 25 mil. So every 10 hearts of damage is a slime ball. And guess what entity I happen to have plenty of laying around? Me. Yep. I'm gonna climb in there. We get some scaffolding. You know, can we make actual scaffolding blocks? Scaffolding. Does it have to be bamboo? Just some pepperonis. No scaffolding for us. Alright, never mind. Sand it is. I always call just building blocks scaffolding, right? But this doesn't work, does it? Oh, there we go, it does. It used to be that your smeltery needed some hot fluid in it in order to deal damage. But I guess that's no longer the case. So I need 2 slime balls. I need to deal 20 hearts of damage to myself. Delicious. You know when it's time to get out, I can just do that. Perfect. Just want to make sure that worked before I committed myself to dying. Oh, looks like people produce more blood than mobs do. So I already have enough blood to make 2 slime balls. I am running out of food though, so I can't keep this up forever. But for now, this will suffice. You can also eat this. Oh, maybe you can't anymore. You used to be able to eat this. Wow, Tinker's Construct. Taking away edible blood. What will we ever do with you? With that, we can now make the Inscriber. Wow, the Inscriber looks different. But its role is the same. The Inscriber makes the circuits for applied energistics. I probably do eventually want more than one of these, and dunking myself in lava that long doesn't quite seem fun. So perhaps, wait, I saw that there's a sieve recipe? Ichor dirt. How do I get this? Melt ender slime. Well, that's too much work. The Inscriber itself, though, cannot actually make anything. It requires Inscriber presses. So we need engineering, logic, silicon, and calculation. These presses, normally, they world gen and you have to find them out in the world. However, we can't actually do that yet. We, or rather, we can't find them out in the world because they generate out in the world. So what do? Well, we have machines that are made of them already. Our crafting terminal and our drive. Yep, we have to work backwards in technology in order to work forwards. Now, as soon as I start this process, I lose access to everything in here. And I think that's just like, okay, we'll get access to it back relatively soon. It's just for the time being, this is locked away, inaccessible. So we're going to take our storage cell out, tuck that away safely, pick up the drive. Let's start with just the drive. By disassembling that in our... Oh, this just feels so wrong. By disassembling it in our molecular recycler, we should get at least one of the circuits back. We should get the engineering processor. Ooh, 1. Okay. 1 is all we needed. That's all right. Because once we have one of these, we can go this plus... is it a block of diamond? You know what? Let's make sure that's actually the one I want. That's the only thing I can do. And that makes the press. And this way, we can remake our presses. So, in a similar way, we can take our crafting terminal. Goodbye, dear crafting terminal. Oh boy, I apparently had some items in there. Disassemble you. Recycle you, whatever. And that should give us a crafting terminal and or a basic terminal and another component back. Yeah, a calculation processor. The terminal, we recycle that. So calculation and Certus. So there's our engineering press. And this gives us logic. And then I think we have to disassemble one more thing. Oh, I didn't hold the item in my hand long enough to complete this quest. Dang it. I'm just going to cheat complete this quest. How do I actually get its ID? Because I do want to actually like unlock the further down quests. Right, fix that up with a little bit of, shall we say, editing. So same deal with the logic processor. Now that we have these presses, we can take, let's go sleep. I can take a diamond, a piece of gold. Oh, all my diamond and gold are in here. At least all my easily accessible stuff. Probably should have thought this out a little bit better and prepared. Well, I guess I have diamonds in there. All right. So I need diamonds, gold, and a piece of Certus quartz. One diamond. Let's just take gold and Certus quartz. There will be diamonds. And hopefully I just have Certus in my machine up. But now we can run it through the Inscriber. So, review. This machine, pretty slow to begin with, but it does take upgrades to make it slightly faster. For now, I'll just make one of each. Because once I have 3 of these, we should be able to make the last one type of press, which is a silicon press. And calculation with... Yeah. So we can now make the silicon press by quantum tunneling. Oh, I guess it's any one of those, not all 3 of them. Doesn't matter. Which one do I guess it doesn't matter. That's the easiest one to make. The block of quartz to make the last of our presses. This is, I guess it's easier than going to find the meteors, although it is a little bit scarier because I can't just give up and go back, right? I've already disassembled my ME system components. All right, with that, we can now make printed silicon, but for that I need silicon, which is smelting either variant of... Is there a easier way to get it? Nope. I don't really have a great way to get a lot of nether quartz. All right, I guess we just smelt quartz dust. I should have from lifting something or another. Maybe? Quartz. Nope, never mind. Wait, another quartz dust comes from sifting dust. Oh, and at least a diamond mesh. I don't think I've sifted much dust since I've got my diamond meshes. Alright, whatever, I'll just use Certus quartz dust for now then. So brush it up. A nuisance with dealing with the Inscriber is that it only buffers a single inventory slot. So silicon here. You have to put in a new item each time to run an operation, and that means if you're doing it manually, you go insane very quickly. What that also means though is that if you're feeding items with pipes like this, which really I never figured that one, the time that the item, like the pipe won't extract an item until the slot is empty, and the item won't show up until, you know, it's done the moving, you actually lose a fair bit of crafting rate by using item transport that has an internal buffer. So, or rather that has transport rate. So for maximum crafting speed, you actually have to use plain old hoppers. But don't worry, there are upgraded inscribers in this pack. There's the refined inscriber that, I guess it's a custom item. But actually, we can basically make this. The only reason I don't want to make this right now, I mean, I do have to bleed a bit more, but I've bled enough. The only reason I don't want to make this right now is I don't actually know if it accepts RF native. I guess if it doesn't, we can just... We have an energy... No, it's an energy... Yeah, we have an energy acceptor. Okay, no, let's actually do that then. I was going to say, though, maybe first, nonetheless, we will make the acceleration cards to make this a little bit faster. So... I think it's this one. Working off the top of my head here. Yeah. Let's make... I think each one makes 2 cards. So we need some of that and a little bit of red. Actually, let's first get our ME system recrafted so that I can actually access the resources that are locked away at our drive. Okay, so That's 4 of these. Or I guess I have 5. 5 of these. And that's I need 1 more hopper. I think that could be it. So you go on this side, redstone goes here, this goes there. Perfect. Craft calculation processors into advanced cards, those into acceleration cards. Yeah, I think 3 was the limit that Inscriber would accept. And with 3, it's still not fast, but it's not painfully slow. It's moderately slow. For the sake of convenience when using Inscribers, I really like batch crafting. So I have it set up right now to run about a stack of each of the processors. So I have the circuits in here, silicon in there, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, when it's all done, we should have enough materials to put our ME system back together. And I might have this cut in line a little bit, just to make some of each circuit first. I think it only takes a couple of each one to put our ME system back together anyways. All right, so gold, logic, and engineering. That should be enough. All right. So we have to remake the terminal and the drive. Actually, only have 1 crafting table right now too, and it's not exactly in the most convenient place, but whatever. And the terminal. So let's start with just a basic terminal. Oh, I need glowstone and glowstone glass and dust. Conveniently, we did get both the cores back when we disassembled our terminal the first time around, so we don't have to remake those. And then we can also make it in the drive, and we're back in business. All right, I would craft this into the crafting terminal, except we actually need a crafting table for that, and I have 0 pieces of wood that aren't in here, so we'll make that in just 1 second. All right. I'm gonna set up our ME system outside now because I think it's a little bit too cramped indoors to do anything useful. So we need that, the drive, that in, and we're back in business. All right. Make a crafting table, that back. There we go. Oh, there it is. This crafting table, and was it you? All right. Back. Oops, this is what I hit. That button. Up. What button did I hit that pull up? Oh no. Hey, what button was? What? I want my hotbar back to normal. There was something around the tab key. Whatever. Yeah, we have our crafting back. But now we have the resources to make ME drives. So first of all, I'm gonna fix my inventory real quick. Back in business. So for now, let's make, I don't know, this is 10 total slots, right? Let's make 9 more of these 4K drives. So I'm gonna assume that 4Ks are made from 3 1Ks. Is that standard recipe? Yeah. So that's what, 9 times 327 1K drives. And I'm gonna need a bit more of this as well. So how much is it? It's 1 plus, so it's 3 per, 3 times 9. Hey, also 27. Wow. Funny how 3 times 9 is 27 both times. I'm definitely going to have to set up a system to make a lot more of this Certus dust. So anyways, that... Wait, nope, I've already made those. Make any more of those. I turn these into that. Really hard crafting when you don't have room in your MU system to pull from. But it's okay. These are the last moments we have to suffer. Oh, which processor was it? You. Did I run out? This time. You? Wait. What item went in the middle? I'm so confused. You go in the middle. And last but not least, 4K ME storage cell. One. Once I make one, I can put everything into the storage system. Hallelujah, storage space. This has been a long time coming, but now we have enough storage that I don't need these random chests laying around holding stuff. And finally put our stuff away. Perfect. So, there we have it. One slightly better than what we started with ME system after all this work. I'm going to go ahead and empty out all of these miscellaneous chests I have laying around. And there we have it. A digital storage system that doesn't suck. We've used up two and a half cells now. But I can very easily make additional drives as needed. So I think that'll be it for today. We'll be back next time to actually use the auto crafting features of Applied Logistics now, and perhaps even just like the link storage. We can make things like storage buses now, I assume. Make interfaces, but yeah, we can make all this. So I no longer have to run all over the base to go find resources. At least pretty soon I won't have to do that. And that'll be exciting. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it'll be a little bit quicker to the next one. But you never know. We're coming up on the holidays. I should have more time for that. But I'm just making excuses now. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you in the next one. Take care and bye-bye.